Sound check 1, 2. Indoor sound check. Music and voice sound check. Let's see how that's looking today. Oops. Make sure the volume's all the way up. Indoor sound check. Music and voice sound check. Sorry. Music on. Hold on, let me just mute this. I'm sorry. Every day. It's like my challenge request. Okay. Any requests? Those of you tuned in online, feel free to put it in the comment box. I got neck so far. Back. Like, into the spinal column back, or musculature on either side of the spinal column back. Spinal column. Okay. Hip flexor. Hey, darling. You can go right here again. Yeah. Just this way. Hey, guys, is everybody okay with Emmy practicing in the lobby? If she's back here? Is everyone okay with that? Yeah? Okay. In the future, just try to online. Yeah. Alrighty, it's time. Neck and spine. Neck and spine. Oh, like always, just do a little ding of the bell. Drop in. Welcome to practice. I've had a really crazy 2 days. I feel like my to-do list is like insurmountable. And you know what part of ourselves loves when that's the case? The mind. Oh, the mind loves it. The mind loves it. The mind says, here I am. I know how to do to-do lists. I know how to write to-do lists. I know how to check off to-do lists. I know how to make you think you have more to do than on your to-do list. Right? And the mind steps up and says, this is what I'm for. I'm here to be a tool. I am the hero. I am who you are. Look at me, 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 me. And you kind of have this like pendulum swing of like, I have so much to do, I can't do it, to like having these crazy dopamine releases when you cross 1 item off, 2 items off, 3 items off. And for me, like in these kinds of days, these kinds of moments, the fluctuations of the mind, the chittas, are so clear. And when I'm my best self, I try to take those times in life as opportunities to witness the mind in its activity. It's kind of insane how 1 second the mind will be like, you have so much to do, there's no way you can do it. And the next second the mind can be like, you're doing it. You're doing it. And yet we identify with this voice that's constantly back and forth, that has completely opposite opinions within 60 seconds. So sometimes a little trick I play with the mind to just kind of like to break apart its reality is I kind of say to it, it's like really a mind versus mind. I say to it, well, what if we didn't do anything on the list? What if we didn't do a single thing on the list? What would happen? And at first there's this panic and like, oh my God, well, my world would fall apart. Everything would fall apart. But then you really look at it, you're like, okay, so if I didn't pick up the surfboards from the repair shop, I'd pay an extra $10 a day for a few days. Would that break me? No. Okay, if I didn't finish cleaning up the outdoor space of the studio, it would literally be exactly how it was for the last 3 weeks. Would that make my entire business fall apart? No. And then we realize when you kind of say like, what if I didn't do it all? And you really like boil it down to the base reality of like what it is, a lot of the fears and anxieties dissipate. So that's today's intention, is play with the mind. Rather than seeing it as who you are, kind of play this game with it and try to like break apart its reality so you can see through all those little cracks to who you truly are. Does that make sense to everybody? We try. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail. The mind loves and hates both. So breath work first. I think since it's a full class today, I want to do some gentle breathing. We're going to do some alternate nostril breathing, and then we'll do 3 rounds of Brahmari. For alternate nostril breathing, you'll have your index and middle finger bent. You'll use your right thumb to plug your right nostril, your ring finger and pinky to plug your left, and I'll cue you back and forth. For Brahmari, it's humming bee breath, so you'll take a deep inhale through the nose. You'll cover your eyes with your index and middle fingers, plug your ears with your thumbs, and go humming all the way to the bottom to calm the nervous system. You're not going to be able to hear me, so do all 3 on your own. After the 3rd, palms face up in the lap. Close your eyes. And kind of browse through all of those things your mind has been telling you have to do, that you must accomplish either today, this week, or in this lifetime. And play with the experience of deconstructing it. And sometimes if you go to really intense extremes, like, well, I don't want to go to work today. Well, what if I didn't go to work today? You know, what if I didn't go to work for the next week? What if I lost my job? Sometimes when you take yourself to those extremes, it alleviates the stress, the anxiety that comes with it, and you kind of want to go to work anyways. You feel lighter to go to work. Toying with the mind and its stickiness, attachment to certain habits and certain patterns. Take a complete exhale through both nostrils. Preparing your right hand for Nadi Shodhana, bend index and middle finger, right thumb to right nostril. Take a slow, controlled inhale through the left. Plug the left. Slow, controlled exhale through the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Nice, slow and juicy. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. One more time each side. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Release the right hand down. Empty the lungs completely if there's any last little drops in there. And then take a deep inhale, fill the lungs all the way up. Belly, rib cage, chest. First of 3, Brahmari. Cover your eyes, plug your ears, hum to the bottom. After your third exhale, palms face up in the lap. Deepen the breath. Those of you tuning in online, and if you're choosing to flow to my playlist, you can reach over and start the first song of the playlist now. Yeah, that looks juicy. Everybody go ahead and drop your chin to your chest. And take a slow head roll in one direction. Make it 3 head rolls in that direction. Once you reach chin to chest for the 3rd time, then take 3 head rolls in the other direction. Once you reach chin to chest for the 3rd time, inhale, reach both arms high, neck in neutral, spine long. Take your time. We'll hold here for those of you moving slow. Pull the belly up and in. Lengthen from shoulders to elbows, elbows to wrist, wrist to fingertips, root through the sit bones. Interlace all 10 fingers. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, bring your palms to the back of the head. Inhale, lean your head back, reach the elbows wide. Exhale, continue to take those head rolls. Drop the left ear to the left and then roll your chin down to the center of the chest. Forearms frame the face as you do that. And 3 head rolls in this direction, using the weight of the forearms and elbows to access different parts of the neck. We're all moving at different paces, so when you're ready, 3 head rolls in the other direction. Remember, as the chin drops forward, the elbows drop down. As the head leans back, the elbows open up, so we get into those chest muscles a little bit. Notice if the mind wants to dictate the situation, like I want to slow down or speed up or whatever it is, and just kind of smile. You can even say, have a little conversation within yourself and say, well, what if we didn't? Rebellious with the mind. Once you complete the 3rd head roll in the other direction, I want you to begin to make circles from the waist. So big circles. Now you're moving into a side body stretch, elbows open, leaning the head all the way back, back bend. Rolling around at the waist, even stretching the back muscles a little bit, the QL. Nice breath, everybody. I don't want anyone to change their pace for me. But as you can imagine, once you complete 3 waist circles in one direction, take 3 waist circles in the other direction. Use the elbows, the forearms as ways to open up your chest, your side bodies, your back bodies. Good. And then after that 3rd circle again, extend the arms, spine in neutral, neck in neutral. Don't rush. We'll wait for you. Ooh, everybody was there. Nice. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, roll over the shins if you're not already there. Toes touch, knees wide. You're seated on the heels. Plant your palms behind you. Fingertips point away from you. Tent up the fingers. Press down into the shins, the fingertips. Inhale, lift your hips up. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, lower the hips back down and drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift the hips up. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Take your gaze up and back. Exhale, lower the hips down, chin to the chest. 3 more times like that. On the 3rd time, we'll hold. Press into the shins, glute squeeze, head drops up and back. Exhale, hips lower, chin to the chest. 2 more. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale, hips lower, chin to chest. Nice, really warming up the spine here. Inhale, press into the shins, lift the hips, and this time hold. Feel the hamstrings, the glutes engaged, the quadriceps, the hip flexors open. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Think of them as support for the heart space. Lengthen the neck as you drop your head back. Breathe into the chest and the front of the throat. Remember, this is Hatha, so when you feel resistance to holding, remember what you're here to do. Witness that resistance without letting it conquer you. On an exhale, drop your hips back down. Walk your hands forward into a tabletop shape. Spread your fingers wide, knees are hip width distant apart. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, Ashtanga Pranayama. Keep your hips high, lower your chest and your chin down to the ground. Your elbows are squeezing in towards your sides. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Slide the chest forward and the legs back. Press into the front of the pelvis, all 10 toes. Hover the hands if you'd like. If you need the support of the hands, that's fine. Take an inhale here. Exhale, press into your hands, hips back towards the heels. A little variation of extended child's pose. Just keep the shins hip width distant apart. And we'll flow through that 3 times. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward in front of the wrists. Exhale, Ashtanga Pranayama. Bend the elbows back, lower chest and chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Slide the chest forward and the legs back. Exhale, extended child's pose. Press your hips back to your heels, arms in extension. And one more time. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward in front of the wrists. Exhale, bend the elbows back, lower chest and chin. Nice. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Slide the chest forward and the legs back. Exhale, extended child's pose. Press in the palms, hips back towards the heels. Inhale, shift forward into a traditional tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide, press down into the fingertips. External rotation of the shoulders. Think about creating space between your shoulder girdle and your pelvic bowl. Lengthen the spine. You can even visualize the space between each of the vertebrae. And I like to picture breathing into that space. A saying that has been coming to me very often lately is mind is a poor master and a great servant. Notice if your mind is dictating your movements, you're fidgeting here and there, taking you off to the future or the past, and then concentrate the mind on the breath, on the body. Inhale, look up to the top of the mat. Exhale, step up, feet together, big toe edges touch. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips up the shins. Press through the center of the heels, fan the toes out, lift the kneecaps up, draw your low belly in, shoulders away from the ears. Deep inhale. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Bend your knees as much as you'd like. Relax the head and neck. Root through the center of the heels. Fan the toes out. Feel the length through the back of the legs. The length through the spine as you release the crown down. And then bend your knees. Bring your weight into your heels. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit the hips a little lower than you want to. Pick the balls of your feet up. Fan your toes out. Engage the low belly, reach through the arms. Nice. See if you can get your thighs parallel to the ground. Kind of imagine that you're pulling up heat from the earth through your feet into the legs, and it's fueling, firing up the breath. Mm. On an exhale, prayer palms to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest up towards the thumbs. Exhale, twist to the right. Yeah, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Pull your left hip back. Press into both palms. Lengthen the neck and look over the right shoulder. You have the option to stay right here, especially if you kind of want to work towards stretching the spine. If you want, you can extend the arms in opposite directions. You can also wrap your right forearm to your low back, wiggling your right fingertips into your left hip crease. And with this bind of the right arm, you can play with your chin tilt, reaching your jaw away from your collarbone to stretch the neck. Breathe. Keep pulling the left hip back, shifting your weight into your heels. If you have the bind at the low back, inhale, re-extend the right arm, look up at the right fingertips. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips up the shins. Exhale again, fold deeper. Inhale, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Press down through your feet, reach up to the fingertips, full body length, active extension. Press down to lift up. Just because you've done this pose 100, 1,000 times, doesn't mean you kind of move through this letting the mind wander elsewhere. I want you to see how much more intention you can bring to this moment. How much more attention you can bring to this shape in the body. Exhale, Anuvatasana. Press your hips forward, bend your elbows out, open up the heart space. Cactus the arms. Squeeze your glutes. Draw your low belly in. So the hips are pressing towards me. You're not sticking your booty out. Lift the center of the chest higher. Lengthen both sides of the neck. Take the gaze further back if you can. Yes. Inhale, re-extend your arms, spine back in neutral. Exhale, chair pose, airplane arms. Bend your knees, sweep the fingertips down and back. Hold here. Sit the hips even lower. Squeeze inner thighs. Active length through the neck. Make sure the back of the neck is long. So notice if you're looking forward, you could look down and ahead of you. Inhale, sweep your arms forward alongside the ears. Exhale, prayer palms to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Pull your right hip back. Now you get to see how low the hips are, right? Try to make sure they're lower than the heart space. That might mean lifting the chest up a little bit. If you're looking for that neck stretch, you can extend the arms in opposite directions. You can wrap your left forearm to your low back, wiggling those fingertips into the hip crease. And then play with the direction of your chin tilt. Think about creating space between left jawline, left collarbone. Breathe. Nice. One straight line from elbow to elbow if you have those palms together. Wringing out the spine. Using every round of breath to explore a little bit more depth. Those of you with the left forearm bound, inhale, extend the left arm, look up at the fingertips. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, neutralize the spine. Exhale, again, fold. Inhale, reach both arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, interlace all 10 fingers, bend your elbows, bring your palms to the back of your head. Press your hips forward, inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, lean your head back. Reach the elbows apart. Anytime we're taking a back bend, glutes engaged. So right butt cheek and left butt cheeks are squeezing. Low belly engaged. And not just bending back, you're lifting your heart up and forward as you bend back. Nice adjustments. Inhale, neutral spine. Keep your arms as they are. Exhale, dip your right elbow to the right. Feel the right side body engaged, the left side body open. Both feet are pressing down firmly. Go to your deepest lateral bend on this side. Inhale up through center. Exhale, take it over to the left. Feel the left side body engage to maintain length on both sides. Breathe into your right side body. Press the hips over to the right. Let me still hear that breath. Go to your deepest lateral bend on this side on an exhale. Inhale up through center, extend the arms, palms face each other, look up. Exhale, bow forward, prayer palms through your midline. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips up the shins, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms and step your left foot back. For those of you looking for a little bit easier practice today, you can drop your left shin down and untuck the left toes. For those of you looking for more intensity, inhale, rise up with the left knee lifted. Everybody arms high, either supported crescent lunge or high crescent lunge. Press into the right heel, encourage the right hip back. Press into the ball of the left foot, lift your left heel as high as you can. If you have the left shin down, press into the left shin. Reach the arms up. Exhale, external rotation of the shoulders. Bring your hands to support your low back. There's two ways you can do this. For me, it feels best, fingertips pointing down. For some people, they like to stretch their wrists and they'll do the fingertips pointing up. That for me is so painful, I can't do both at once. So you choose, boo. Good. Press your hands into your low back and use your hands as low back support. Encouraging the hips down and forward, lengthening the low back. Inhale, lift the heart space up. Exhale, take the gaze up and back. Those of you with the back knee lifted, if you'd like something a little more intense, bend your left knee so it's just hovering above the ground and then squeeze your left glute. Yeah, you might feel a little shaky quaky and that's all right. Breathe into it. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Empower yourself with breath and notice the mind and the way it reacts to each shape. It's very important that we bear witness to the mind, otherwise we find ourselves identified with it. Inhale back to a neutral spine, shoulders above hips, extend the arms high. If you have the back knee bent, extend the back leg. Good. Exhale, prayer palms to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, twist to the right, lean forward, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Now, if you have the back knee down and you want to bring a little more action to it, you can tuck your left toes and lift your left knee. You don't just have the left knee lifted, like that leg is active. It's very active. Press your palms into each other. If you find that your thumbs are at the center of the sternum and you want to, you can extend your arms. If you want to take another neck stretch, wrap your right forearm to your low back. And maybe you look down towards your right big toe. Just an option. You can also very simply take traditional revolved crescent, Parivrita Anjaneyasana. We got it. Doing good. Those of you with any kind of bind, re-extend both arms. Inhale, look up at the right hand. Exhale, hands down to frame your right foot. If your back knee is down, tuck the left toes and lift it. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up to standing, one-legged Tadasana, arms high. Bend your right knee up to hips height. Exhale, right elbow into your side. Nattarajasana, sweep the right leg back, grab the big toe edge side of the right foot. And this can be enough. Just point the knee straight down from the hip socket, left arm in full extension. If you want more, lift the chest and then kick into the right palm, leaning forward. Yes, dial your right hip down and forward. Think about lifting your chest and your gaze up to where this mandala wall meets the ceiling. So where the wall in front of you meets up at the ceiling. It's an up and forward with the heart space. One day you're going to place the crown of your head in the arch of your foot. I'm really close to it, so you guys must be too. I'm just kidding. I'm so far from it. Good. Challenge your edge. Notice what the mind has to say about your wobbliness here or there. Like, you're a failure. If your mind talks to you like that, right? And just kind of smile like, yeah, buddy. You thought I was a hero yesterday. Go to your edge on an exhale. Inhale, rise up, one-legged Tadasana, arms high, right knee bends once again. Exhale, right foot down, fold all the way forward, prayer palms through your midline. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips up the shins, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back. If you did so on the other side, drop the right shin here. Other leg, Mindy. Yeah. So from here, inhale, rise up, high lunge or supported crescent lunge. If you're choosing to take a high lunge, the right knee is lifted, press into the ball of the right foot. Activate the right glute. If you're choosing to drop the back shin, press into it and still activate the right glute. Find the foundation of your feet, your shin. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, external rotation of the shoulders, hands to low back, in whichever direction you'd like to place them. Now use the hands to lift and lengthen the low back. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale into a back bend. Lengthen both sides of the neck. Take your gaze back. For those of you who want a little extra challenge, if you have the back knee lifted, you can bend that back knee so it's just hovering above the ground. Once you do this, please re-engage the right glute. Breathe. Yes. So good. Inhale, neutral spine, re-extend arms, shoulders above hips. If the back knee is bent, straighten it. Exhale, prayer palms to heart. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, revolve crescent to the left, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. So you can just stay here and take traditional. If you have the back knee down, you want to bring some action to it, tuck the back toes and lift it. If you want an open chest, reach the arms in opposites. And if you want another neck stretch, wrap your left forearm to your low back. And look down towards your left big toe. Hatha is meant to have micro dynamics to it. Every round of breath, there's a little shift in your body, whether it be physical or energetic. Bear witness to it. Good. If you have any kind of bind, inhale, extend the arms in opposites. Look up at the left hand. Exhale, hands down to frame your left foot. Good job. Step your right foot forward. Halfway lift, fingertips up the shins, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up, one-legged Tadasana, other side. Arms high, bend your left knee up to hips height. Exhale, left elbow into your left side. Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Swing the left leg back. Grab the big toe edge of the left foot. Point the knee straight down from the hip socket, and you can stay right here stretching the quadricep. If you want more, inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, kick back into the palm. And that kick is what's going to guide you forward. Even as your belly lowers, try to lift your chest up and forward. Lengthening the spine as you open up left hip flexor, left side of the chest. Patient with breath. So good. So good. You got this. Let the body build heat in this shape. Let the mind resist. Witness the resistance. Go to your edge on an exhale. You can do this. And then inhale, pull the left knee through, one-legged Tadasana, arms high, left foot flexes. Exhale, left foot down, fold all the way forward, prayer palms to your midline. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips up the shins. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to a high plank. Replace your hands with your elbows, forearm plank. Please keep your forearms shoulder width distant apart and spread your fingers wide. Don't interlace your fingers. Use your forearms, your elbows, and your palms, even gripping the mat with your fingertips as your foundation. Press on the balls of both feet, lift the kneecaps up, squeeze your glutes, puff up through the back of the heart space, and breathe. Breathe. Let the mind be aggravated. Let the mind think there's some other pose that would be more comfortable, best suited for you. And create space around those thoughts that move through, because you can. Yeah, take a deep inhale. Exhale, Sphinx pose. Drop your hips down to the ground and untuck your toes. Now look down, your elbows should still be directly beneath your shoulders. Without actually moving them, pull your hips towards your elbows and your elbows towards your hips. Roll the shoulder blades down and back and lengthen your neck. Feel that gentle stretch through the hip flexors, slight back bend. For those of you who have very flexy, bendy spines and feel little, keep your elbows where they are. Take your forearms and your hands out to a 45-degree angle. Press into your palms and straighten your arms for seal pose. Just an option if you go there and your low back goes, no thanks. Listen to your low back. You're pressing into the tops of the feet, glutes squeezing, chest pulling up and forward. Breathe. So good. Notice if you're kind of carrying some defense mechanisms in the jaw or the brow. Those of you in seal, take another inhale. Exhale to drop the forearms back down. Bring them back to parallel. Everybody tuck your toes. Lift the hips back to a forearm plank. A few deep breaths here. Engage the lower abdominal wall. Press into the fingertips. Take an inhale. And then exhale, walk your toes towards your elbows. Dolphin pose. Press into your forearms and your chest back towards your shins. It's okay to take a slight bend to the knees. Notice if you're holding on to unnecessary tension in the neck. You can even shake the head yes or no a few times. Those of you who are tired today and you want to take it easy, please stay as you are. Those of you who'd like a little more intensity, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, tap your right knee up towards your right armpit and shift the hips forward. Yes, inhale, right leg re-extends. Exhale, right knee to right armpit, shift the hips forward. Beautiful, inhale, right leg re-extends. Last one, exhale, tap it, shift the hips forward. Nice, inhale, right leg re-extends. Exhale, right foot down. 3 more rounds of breath, those of you holding. We got it, inhale, left leg high, hips level. Exhale, tap the left knee to the left armpit, shift the hips forward. Inhale, left leg extends, press the right heel down. Exhale, left knee to left armpit, shift it forward, press into the fingertips. Inhale, left leg re-extends. Exhale, left knee to left armpit. Last, inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, left foot down, dolphin pose. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, walk your feet back to a forearm plank. Oh my goodness, our shoulders. Inhale, replace your elbows with your palms, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. And breathe. We'll give our arms, our shoulders a break very shortly. Breathe into the length of the spine. On an exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips up the shins. Exhale, cactus your arms out to the side. Take an inhale from left elbow to right. Exhale, sweep the right arm underneath the left and either give yourself a big bear hug or take eagle arms. Inhale, reach your fingertips towards me. Exhale, bend the knees and bow forward with eagle arms. Allow gravity to pull the weight of the forearms, the elbows down. Breathe into the mid-back where you feel the rib cage attaches to the spine. Relax the head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift, keep the arms as they are. Exhale, bend your knees and bring your weight into your heels. Inhale, lift your chest up into a chair pose. Keep your arms as they are. Sit the hips down and back. Engage your low belly. Same muscles you used if you did that core work in dolphin. Pull your right knee up towards your right armpit, hovering the right foot. Now cross the right thigh high over the left, Garudasana, eagle pose. Squeeze at the inner thighs. See if you can wrap the right foot to the back of the left calf. If you can't today and you want something easier, use the right toes as a kickstand. Pull your right hip back. Now shift your shoulders back so they're stacked above the hips. And then like you're on an elevator, woo, lower down. Nice. Breathe. Strength, everybody. It's kind of crazy how much strength we can cultivate in these simple asana and hatha. And I'm not just talking about physical strength, like mental strength. It takes patience. Inhale, unravel, one-legged Tadasana, arms high, right knee bends up to hips height. Exhale, standing figure 4, right ankle to left thigh, prayer palms to heart center, bend the left knee. If you're tired, you can bring your forearms to your right shin, or you can even bring your hands all the way down to the ground, okay? Do what's best for your body today. If you want to do something a little funky, we're going to move into a twist. So usually what I say is bring your right wrist, right forearm, if you're very flexible, right elbow into the arch of the right foot. From here, start with an open arm twist and send the left arm high. And if you're very flexible, then you can take prayer palm to prayer palm and really press your elbow into your foot. Know that this is just an option. It's not a necessity. Doesn't get you to that point where you're enlightened or anything like that, right? You're just kind of exploring in the body and exploring the way the mind reacts. Realizing that you are not one and the same with mind. Mind is a tool that you can choose to use consciously. Hey, Mindy, see if you can get towards your right ankle on the thigh. So shift your right knee over towards the ocean. To create a figure 4 shape. Yes. Those of you in the twist, take another inhale. Exhale to come back to center or fold over the right shin. Inhale to rise up, one-legged Tadasana. Arms high, right knee bends. Exhale, right foot down, fold all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands out into a high plank. Inhale, your right leg hovers. Exhale, right knee to nose, tiger pose. Round through the back body, press in the fingertips, high under the ball of the left foot. Feel your core strength and know that your core strength allows for low back release. Usually there's some kind of balance in the body like this. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Everybody keep the back knee lifted this time. Inhale, sweep the arms high, high lunge. Good, use your exhale to settle into the foundation. Press through right heel, ball the left foot. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, cactus your arms, bend your back knee so it's just hovering above the ground. Inhale, re-extend your arms, straighten the back leg. Try to keep the hips low. Exhale, bend your back knee, reach the elbows apart, open up the chest. Inhale, re-extend the arms, the back leg, squeeze your left glute. Exhale, bend the elbows out, bend the back knee, hover here. Engage your low belly, breathe. You can do it. Engage the low belly, breathe, let the heat build. Let it build. Yes, you can. Inhale, re-extend the arms and the back leg. Exhale, hands down to frame your right foot. Beautiful, guys. Drop your back knee down and then shift your hips back into a half splits. Oh my gosh. Woo! What does the mind have to say about that, huh? Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow forward over the leg. If your mind's telling you what a hero you are today and this class feels easy, maybe you add a little something on. You reach your arms back, interlace all 10 fingers, reach the knuckles back, and then reach them up and overhead. Know that this requires core engagement and requires you to press into the right heel pretty intensely. Traditional half splits is just fine if that's what the body needs. Good. Notice everything about your practice. Notice the way from strength to release feels. Notice the way the music makes you feel. The temperature of the room. Your senses will turn you on to an experience beyond the chatter of the mind. Those of you with your hands bound at your low back, release the hands down. Everybody inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, shift forward to a low lunge. Bend your right knee, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Inhale your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee, stack your right hip over your left. If you'd like to flip your dog, you can. We've done Enough chest opening, enough quadricep, hip flexor opening. If that doesn't sound good to you, then don't do it. And that's fine. Slash if you don't know what it is, right? Breathe into the front body if you're in flip dog. And engage your core as you come out of it. Exhale, low belly pulls in, right palm back down. Everybody re-extend the right leg on an inhale. And then exhale, right foot down to the ground. Just take a few rounds of breath in Adho Mukha Svanasana in down dog. Like a cat waiting to pounce on a mouse, you watch the mind. Watch it and watch it closely. See that if you're watching it, you're not of it. Honestly, that realization will come if you continue to watch. On an exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips up the shins. Exhale, cactus your arms out to the sides. Take an inhale across from right elbow to left. And then exhale, sweep the left arm underneath the right. Give yourself a bear hug or take eagle arms. Inhale, reach your elbows, your forearms, your fingertips towards me. And then exhale, bend your knees and bow forward. Relax the head and neck. Breathe into your mid to upper back. Inhale, halfway lift, legs straight. Squeeze the forearms in. Exhale, bend the knees deeply, preparing to shift into chair pose. Inhale, bring your chest up to chair, but keep the arms as they are. Woo-hoo-hoo, burning quads, and nobody asked for it, huh? Drop your heels, your hips down and back. Sometimes life gives you things you don't ask for. It's funny how that works, right? Now press down into your right foot and inhale, use the core, pull your left knee up towards your left armpit. And now cross it high over the right thigh, maybe wrapping the foot to the back of the calf. Once you have that bind, shift the shoulders back. And then like an elevator, lower. Especially if the mind's like, Like, what's the worst that could happen, right? Your body is so much stronger than your mind. So much stronger. Of course, if you feel shooting pain, tingling, anything like that, respect the body, listen to it. But if it's just that dull achiness in the muscles, oh, come on. 2 more rounds of breath. Woo. I think that's enough. Inhale, unravel, reach the arms high, bend the left knee up to hips height. Exhale, standing figure 4, left ankle to right thigh. Prayer palms to heart, bend your right knee. If you've had enough of Nikki's pushing, maybe you bring your forearms to your shin or maybe even hands to the ground. If you want the twist on this side, bring left wrist, forearm, or elbow into the arch of your left foot. And then extend the right arm. If you have the left elbow in the foot, no problem. Then you can bring your prayer palms to meet and use the leverage of palm to deepen the twist. But that's really only if you can feel that flexibility in your spine and your hips. I just heard I lost a lot of breath in here. So good, guys. You can do it. I'm pretty sure this is our last set of active poses. I haven't checked the time yet. Sometimes I go to no space, no time. You're like, I'm counting every second. Ooh. Those of you in the twist, take another inhale. Exhale to come back to center, maybe even hands to the ground. Everybody press into the right foot. Inhale, rise back up. One-legged Tadasana. You can do it. Arms high. Flex the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, left foot down. Prayer palms through the midline. Fold forward. So strong. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands out to a high plank. Inhale, left leg hovers. Exhale, left knee to nose, tiger pose. Round through the back body, tuck the chin. Feel the rounding through the spine. Feel it. Don't just do it to do it. Really feel it. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Notice if the mind is already imprinting patterns on what we're doing next, like dreading it, right? Very important to catch it. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Press into the left heel, pull the left hip back. Engage the low belly, reach the arms high. Inhale. Exhale, cactus your arms, bend the back knee, squeeze your right glute. 2 more pulses. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. Strong. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. It's not Hatha if we don't hold. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. You guys seem in a rush to pulse out of that. Now we'll hold. Squeeze the right glute. Pull the chest up and forward. Reach the elbows apart. And I want you to kind of tell your mind this little lie, like, we could be here forever, boo. We could be here forever. Toy with it. Okay, I think that's good. Inhale, reach the arms high, right leg straightens. Exhale, hands down to frame your left foot. Drop your right knee down, shift your hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Flex your left foot back towards your face. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. If you took that other variation, you can sweep your arms back, take the awkward interlace of the fingers. Press through the right shin, reach the knuckles back, and then reach them up and overhead. Breathe into the belly of the left hamstring. Those of you with the hands bound, exhale, release them down. Inhale, lift the chest up. You guys don't want to go anywhere, huh? Exhale, low lunge. Bend your left knee, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Inhale, left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your left knee, stack the hips. Option to flip your dog if you did so on the other side. And if you have the space, you know, you might have to wiggle this way or that. Gorgeous, everybody. Those of you in flip dog, engage the low belly on an exhale, root the left palm down. Inhale to re-extend the left leg, hips level. Exhale for our final down dog of practice. Shift your attention in. Noticing everything. On an exhale, drop your knees down to the mat. Sit your hips back to your heels. Hips to one side, swing the legs around towards me. Ooh. Felt like a slow-mo class, huh? Bend your knees, root the feet down on the ground. Turn your palms face up. And roll down onto your back. So everyone have your crown, the crown of your head facing away from me. Crown of your head, yeah, there we go. Fingertips can almost brush the backs of your heels. You have the option to take bridge or full wheel. If you don't have a strong full wheel practice, I suggest you take bridge. Full wheel can be a pretty dangerous pose if you don't feel confident in your body with it. For bridge pose, press down into your feet and lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes and roll the shoulder blades down and back. If you'd like to take full wheel, bring your hands to either side of your head. Press into your hands and feet and pop up to the top center of your head first. Use this as an opportunity to point your knees in the same direction, point your elbows in the opposite direction, and on an inhale, straighten both arms, both legs, lifting the head up. Press into your feet. Quadriceps engaged to create space in the low back. Press your chest towards the space between the arms, lengthening the spine. Those of you who are in bridge, feel the compression at the throat and the texture of the breath there. Another inhale wherever you are. Those of you in full wheel, make sure to tuck the chin. Exhale to slowly lower. Nice. Take your feet to the wide edges of the mat and just sway the knees side to side. Come back to center. Bring your knees into your chest and your hands to the fronts of your shins. This is very hard for people to understand with verbal cueing, but I'm going to do my best, okay? On your inhales, you're going to press your shins into your hands so that your arms are straight and your upper back pulls from the ground and the chin tucks. So you feel the upper back opening. If you're confused, you can look up at me. This is what the inhale shape looks like. Arms are straight and taut, shins kicking to the palms. On your exhales, you're going to lower the back body down and pull your knees up towards your armpits. Let's do that 5 times. Inhale, kick into the palms, round through the back body, tuck the chin. Exhale, knees up to armpits, lay your head back down, pull them around. 3 more. Inhale to kick, upper back opens. Exhale to iron the spine down, pull the knees out wide. Inhale, arms straight, give the shins a kick. Exhale, lower the head down, pull the knees in. Last one, inhale, kick into the palms, round. Exhale, pull the knees in. Now flip the shins upward, bottom of the feet flexed upward, and grab calves, ankles, or feet. Pull the knees down to either side of the torso. And then sway side to side, happy baby. Know that you can extend one or both legs as well. Gather your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead to meet your knees. Take a deep inhale. Fill your lungs up from bottom to top. And then hold the top. Squeeze your toes, your inner thighs, your arms, your face. Pull everything into center. Feel your center. And then exhale, release open into Savasana. Legs long, roll the shoulder blades down and back. What a powerful practice it is to deconstruct the habits and patterns of the mind. The more deeply you dive into this practice, the more you realize it's just another part of the mind that's doing the deconstructing. And as you pull back layer by layer, you find yourself with that question, who is it? What is it that brings the mind to life? Don't allow the mind to answer that question. Rest in the spaciousness of the answer. Being is enough. And when I say being is enough, there might be some part of the mind that says, well, if I'm just being, will I just be like a vegetable and sit there doing absolutely nothing for the rest of my life? No, if you practice resting and being, if you practice resting in awareness, then pure consciousness will guide you into mindful action, rather than the mind swinging you about from one storm to the other. Begin to deepen your breath. Even as you bring movement back to the body, continue to rest in awareness of that movement, awareness of any mental fluctuations. Begin to reawaken however you'd like. If you want some guidance, I usually start with fingers and toes, hands and feet. Wiggling, flexing, pointing. And then work your way up to ankles and wrists. Maybe even all the way up to the hips, swaying the feet side to side. Into the neck, turning the head side to side. And when you're ready, inhale, full body stretch. Legs long, arms long, lengthen, open up. And then exhale, gather the knees in. Roll to your right side in a fetal position. Give thanks to the mind for it's a powerful tool. But know when it's overstepping. Press up into a seat. Bring your hands into prayer at your heart center. Feel that the same part of yourself that creates the Om also receives it, also hears it. Deep inhale to Om. Namaste. Thank you, guys. For those of you who don't know, I'm leading a yin training. First 2 weekends of November, November 6th weekend, November 13th weekend. I think we have 2 more spots left, 2 or 3, I'm not sure. So if you're interested, chat with me. Even if you're not a yoga teacher and you want to use it for your profession or whatever, there's no prereqs. So it's a great way to deepen your practice. I'm also leading another yoga teacher training in February. Oi! It is going to be in person, so keep that in mind. And if you're interested or you know people who are interested, connect me to them. I think that's all we got for now. Take your time. Make sure to put your mask on once you're off your mat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not going to be here for the next week, but Shay is going to be subbing a lot of my classes, and she is amazing. She completed my YTT, so come check her out and let me know what you think.